Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. It's Healthy Podcast. So, in today's episode, I'm gonna start with a sentence. Calorie counting isn't hard because people are weak. It's hard because the environment is designed to overpower self control. I'm gonna read it one more time. Calorie counting isn't hard because people are weak. It's hard because the environment is designed to overpower self control. First thing first, I don't want you to use this as an excuse. So, whoever wants to lose weight and wants to achieve a healthy lifestyle, don't use this phrase as an excuse. Like it's not about yourself, just it's just the environment and so on. As I said in as I said many times in the last episodes, I don't agree with counting calories, and I think it's a BS, especially on this period. So I'll try to explain once again why is that through this episode. So first of all, I think most of you saw that um, experiment with that it's called marshmallow experiment or marshmallow test. And for those that don't know, what's that? It's about it. It's about a kid alone in a room, in an empty room with a table, a plate, and a marshmallow on the plate. And the psychologists tell him like, if you don't eat this marshmallow for a certain period of time until I get back, you will receive two marshmallows. The idea of this test or yeah this test experiment, it's about delayed gratification. So if you stop for a second, you're going to receive more. Like if you are willing to go through the pain of and patience of waiting and stuff like this, you'll get more in the end. But the thing about this is that it's not about real life experiment. So in today's world, that experiment should run something like this: a kid sitting in a room packed with shelves that are packed with packages with marshmallows, different sizes and shapes and tastes, with very colorful packages and writing and I don't know, many other things about the packaging, plus 4 or 5 screens all over the room running on and on and on ads about marshmallows. So that's today's world. This is how the experiment should run. So in that circumstances, try to see if there is any kid that will not fail that experiment. Try to see it, because that's the real world. This is what it's happening right now. And adults are actually bigger kids, are still kids. We are still kids, even if we are adults. We have some control on some certain uh, things like decisions and actions and many other things, but our mind is still fragile. Like we can still be manipulated, and we are day by day manipulated. And imagine as a kid doing this, imagine as an adult, if you go to a supermarket, you see tons of shelves packed with different packages, and food industry invest billions of pounds every single year to come up with new flavors, packages, colors, branding, names, ads, and so on. So in today's world, the adults has already have already a screen in their pocket plus 4 or 5 screens at home, or maybe less, two to four screens at home. And inevitably they see ads about food, even if it's prepared food, even if it's takeaway food, even if it's a certain product, um, and many other things. It doesn't matter. You see constantly, you constantly see as an adult ads and packages, and besides all of that, here comes the third thing that the industry does, is that from year to year try to find a combination of ingredients that can make you eat faster and more of their product. So for example, if today you got a product of 100 grams, okay, and you eat it and stopped, they the food industry, and you can see that on the internet, the food industry tries to develop a recipe that can replace most of the ingredients in some certain ways to keep the same taste, but to make it more addictive, like adding more salt, more sugary, and to be more sour or something like this, to add something or to replace something and create a new recipe that can convince you, like in terms of chemistry and biology and many other things, to convince you to eat more. So if you ate, for example, last year of a product, 100 grams of a product, probably this year the same product you'll be able to eat 200 grams, because this is how things are working. They try to make it more and more like a chemistry lesson, every single product. So the cost of manufacturing decreases, the profits increases, and also if they will make the product more addictive, obviously their profits will increase because you will buy more and more. So that's the third thing, besides of ads, besides of packaging. This is the third thing that the food industry is doing every single year to push you to consume more. So, in this kind of circumstances, counting calories will not work. It's impossible to work for a long period of time. You can do it for 2 months, for 3 months, for 4 months with all the apps in the world. But you can't bloody do it for 20 years, for example. It's impossible because you have to live a life. You can't live a life only on counting. And look, I understand the idea that it's it's working, counting calories, it's working. The idea sounds rational, okay? Track input, control outcome. It's quite simple, okay? The amount you eat, okay, and the amount you get out. It's quite simple. If you stick to these two things, it's working. It's perfectly working. But it's not working like that. You have life. You go to the supermarket, you buy things, you have a busy life, you try to prioritize your career, your family, your kids, and you just want to save time. And when you want to save time, you try to eat something that's fast and try to provide you energy to save more time and to be able to take that saved time and put it in the things that you think it's a priority, like for example, as I said, your career, your kids, I don't know, whatever it is. So doing all of that with such a chaos in your life, it's quite impossible to keep track of the calories. You will end up, like for example, if you want to count calories and you go mental on this idea of whatever you put in and take out, and you try to make a balance or a deficit on this matter, you can just eat a sneaker per day and just go and run and go and do your job. You eat one or two sneakers or three sneakers in the morning, and that's all. You don't need any more food, if that's the case. But you know it's not the case. You know that you can't work like that. You know that the refined sugar doesn't provide you all the nutrients that you need, because you need protein, you need fats, you need carbs as well, and so many other things. So it's not working like that based on a simple fact of calorie, and that's all. Whatever gets in and gets out and all of that. It's not possible. It's about muscle mass. It's about make it stronger. You need nutrients. It's such a complex thing. It's not just calorie and that's all. So all of those things of portion size, and it's just uh, it's just not working in this life, in this way. The industry um, tries to manipulate us every single day. It it's just it's not working counting calories. It will not long for a long run, like 30 years or 20 years um, run, in terms of your health and losing weight and improving your health, becoming fit and stay fit and strong and increase your stamina, is not working counting calories, and will never work in these days. It will not. I'm sorry to say that, but it will not. And this is the proof. Like, these are the reasons, the facts that why will not work. So you have to understand that you are trying to win chess against the system that's already moved your pieces, and that's a fact, because you are trying to be disciplined in terms of calories, because every most of the trainers over there are promoting, or systems or people or gurus are trying to promote this idea of counting calories. And then you have the IT world that tries to push and selling the apps that are counting calories, and you scan labels, you take pictures, you register, you try to weight your food and all of that. And then you have the other industries that are trying to take advantage of that and try to write on packages, like, for example, low calorie or sugar free, or all of those things. And they invest millions and billions of pounds in colors and packaging, and as I said, changing the recipes to become more addictive to the product itself. And it's just, the whole system is already moved your pieces. Like, they try to make you a return client every single time. So when you gain overweight and you try to lose weight and you try to get into this idea of counting calories, you are entering in this circle, in this bubble of gurus promoting counting calories, and that's very simple. And then you have the IT world that pushes the apps that helps you to count calories and much easier. And then you have the food industry that pushes you the idea of zero calories or low calorie or all of that stuff, but also it's a fucking chemical soup inside of that product, and so on. So that's the crazy idea. And it's just, once once you understand that you got inside of this bubble, you just keep buying solutions. As I said, like, when you start counting calories, you start buying apps that can help you, and then you start buying products that says low calorie or zero calorie, or as you know, like diet coke and so on. So it's just crazy. But let's what actually works? Like, what actually works? Practical, no cliche. Okay, what actually works? Well, what actually practical works, okay, it's a low friction food environment. So, for example, if you develop some habits of eating lots of sweets, okay, you have to start get rid of the sweets from inside of the house. Okay, if you have a special place where you put all the stuff over there, and you know that place, uh, it's available, especially next to your TV, for example, or couch. You just have to move it. For first instance, you have to move it, but you have to diminish those products from there. Okay, you have to replace them. You have to get rid of them. Don't keep them in your house. If you want to eat something sweet, eat at a restaurant, eat at yeah, restaurant near your corner, or try to keep it away as much as possible, so you create a lot of friction between you and them. That's one thing that you can do. uh, Prepare food. That's another thing. And I said to my clients from your trainer uk, I said so many times, if you don't earn at least, okay, 500 pounds per hour, you don't have any excuses to not cook for yourself, to not learn how to cook for yourself, to not prepare your meals for the next day. You don't have any excuses. If you earn like between 250 to 500 per hour pounds per hour, okay, fine, fine, you can start talking with a chef or a company that delivers healthy meals directly to your door, and you warm it up, you eat it, and that's all, and you solve the problem. But besides that, even in that moment when you earn so much money, i still I am still against of giving to someone else the responsibility to cook for yourself, because I don't know if you can hold that revenue for 30 years, for 20 years, or for 30 years. If you are pretty sure that you can keep that revenue for um, this amount of time, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. Don't cook for yourself, give it to someone else, and that's all, and to do it for you. But that's the main important thing. You need to learn to cook for yourself. You need to take care of the things that you put in your mouth. It's very simple, and it's practical. Okay, you cook for yourself, you prepare your meals, you prepare your schedule, and you start developing a habit of cooking the meals for the next day. That's the most practical, and in this way you you just destroy the cravings. You'll have ready meals over there, and you know what you eat, and you don't have to bother about counting calories. That's the thing. That's the thing. I know it's easy to say and difficult to start doing it, but actually it's very simple, because you have to start, for example, only with the breakfast. For example, for 2 weeks, just prepare the breakfast for the next day. Okay, tonight you're gonna prepare the breakfast for the next day, whatever you want, whatever you can. And next day, you don't have to bother about breakfast, because you already have it. You eat it, you see how you feel it, and it starts compounding. Day after day, it starts compounding. You start feeling different. You'll see that at night you're not so hungry as you were before, when your meal schedule was a chaos. So that's that's a very, very important thing. That's a practical thing. Regular meals are the most important thing. Like, having a schedule of meals and not pass it is the most crucial thing that you can do. If you stop eating, for example, at 6 7 p.m., it's common sense, before the sun goes down, okay, if you stop it, your sleep is improving, your resting is improving, the way you feel the morning after you sleep on an empty stomach, nearly empty stomach, it's amazing. Like, you'll feel the energy that you'll get out of it. And you have to understand that the moment you start eating real food and you start cooking for yourself, you will see the differences, because when you will feel full, will actually matches the amount of food that you eat. So it will not be the other way around, where you eat a lot of processed food but you still feel not quite full, so you eat more and more and more to feel that fullness. So that's another thing that can help you. So it's a practical thing. Like, there are so many advantages when you start cooking for yourself. There are so many advantages that you'll get, that you'll not believe the differences. So it's not about counting calories, it's about like common sense on preparing your meals and preparing the food, and have a meal schedule and eating at regular hours. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable to create a system of cooking and uh, and preparing meals for the next day. So to the end of this episode, you have to understand that calorie counting didn't fail because you are undisciplined. It fails because the environment is engineered to beat you. I'm going to read this again, okay? Calorie counting didn't fail because you are undisciplined. It failed because the environment is engineered to beat you. So, for example, as I said at the beginning, if you try to go this route of counting calories and you listen to gurus that this is the only way to lose weight or this is the best way to lose weight and becoming fit again, this is a big BS because, as I said, you get into a bubble, okay, where they the whole industries, they try to create you a return customer, so you start counting calories is quite hard, and the IT comes with apps that helps you, and you have to buy the apps or share your data with the app to help you scanning labels or taking pictures or telling you every single day what how many calories do you eat. And then you have the food industry that creates products like chemistry lesson, and then it's promoting like zero calories or low in calories that helps you to keep your diet or whatever you are doing. But you are doing this until you reach your target. So, for example, 3 months, and after you reach your target, you realize that life hits back and you don't have the time and energy to keep doing this, like scanning labels, taking pictures, counting, thinking about how many calories is that and this, and how many calories did you eat, and so on. So basically, you slowly but surely you'll get back to your old routine. So because of that, when you start regaining the weight you lost, you always will think that you have a solution, and that solution is counting calories and is like a pill. So you get back to that idea. But actually, the environment is engineered to beat you and to blame you that you've done that, so you get back and you become a return customer for everything. So you have to understand that you are a human, you are not a machine. You are not a machine where you have input and output. You have some numbers that you get in and some numbers that you get out. No, you are not a machine, you are a human. You have a life, you have stress, you have chaos, you have peace, you have happiness, you have sadness, you have all these emotions and all these events that changes your life, your schedule every single time. So being able to adapt is not having is not relying on just a number, the number that comes in and the number that comes out. No, you need a system. You need some practical things that you can do to maintain your health and to keep your body fit. And to do that, you need to start cooking for yourself. You need to choose real food instead of um, of processed one. You have to get rid of all the junk food from your house and start adding more friction between you and the junk food and the sweets and the sugary things and so on. So in this way you can break the bad habits you created in the past. So that's today's episode. So see you next time. Bye.